call to order the June 9th, 2021 Springboro Board of Education meeting. It's a roll call here.
Anderson, Babb.
Here.
Stuckey.
Here.
Palage.
Here.
Vince.
Here. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
1.2, the adoption of the agenda. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Babb.
Yes.
Stuckey.
Yes.
Palage.
Yes.
Vince.
Yes. Okay, item 1.3 is the approval of the May 26, 2021 meeting minutes. So motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Babb.
Yes.
Stuckey.
Yes.
Palage.
Yes.
Vince.
Yes. Okay. Section 2 is our public participation, and item 2.1, is there anyone from the SCEA here today? Let's report out. I don't think so. 2.2 is the SCEA. Do we have anybody reporting out either? Okay, we had no prearranged public participation, and item 2.4 is regular public participation. Okay. Section 3 is our work session. Item 3.1 is public participation on work session items. Do we have anything there? And we will move to item 3.2, which is Ms. Hester with an additional half position for the custodial staff. Ms. Hester.
Bear with me, I'm doing this for Rob, but I believe what he was going to present to you to consider is adding a .5 custodial staff. Due to years and years ago, we ripped a full-time custodian and then took a custodian from both Dennis and Five Points, and they split half and half. And that has caused us to average 7.25 to 10 hours a week in overtime for those to float in between the two buildings. Because the work is still there, we just ripped the position. So we had a retirement here recently of .5, Roger retired, so we're seeking to make that whole with a .5 addition. So that now both elementaries will have 2 full-time custodians.
Would end up saving because of not doing the overtime
Yeah.
from that .5. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Hester.
Questions?
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. Section 3.3, I don't believe we have any committee reports. Is that correct? Okay. Item 3.4 is any other business, which I think we have. We'll move to section 4, which is our treasurer's report. 4.1, the approval of the May 2021 financials.
Yes, thank you. Yes, the May 2021 financials are on board docs for you. We have reports. Just a few highlights. We did receive our rollback in Homestead for May, which is typical this time of year, a little over $2 million. So here on out, between May and through the end of June, we will only receive state funding is our largest piece, about $1.3 million in the month of June that we'll receive. And then we're anticipating the $276,000 that we'll get for a cap reimbursement. But outside of that, our revenue will be very slim, but we'll still have our normal expenditures. Tax advances will start in mid-July, so again, we won't be receiving a ton of revenue. So our revenue looks a little bit higher right now, but that's because we won't be receiving much, but we'll be spending out a lot of money in expenses. So for right now, through the month of May and through the month of June, we'll be closing down all of our books for all of the purchases and things that happen this school year. So it's a super busy month in our area, but everything is coming in as expected. So we had about $15.6 million at the end of May, which is about 101 days of operating cash on hand, and we're looking to be around 77.5 days by the end of June, coming in at just under 12 million. So those are the financials, and we'll vote on that separately for me.
Okay. Get the motion to approve item 4.1.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Babb.
Yes.
Stuckey.
Abstain.
Palage.
Yes.
Vince.
Yes.
The And then my last item is approval of a donation to the student meal balance account for graduating seniors that had money left over on their accounts. The detail is on board docs for you to see. It's for $93.95, and that totals for the year, our student meal balance account will end with $1,388.55 in it.
A motion to approve item 4.2.
So moved.
Second.
Beth?
Can I ask a quick question? So were students made aware if they had a balance and then they had a choice to have
Ask
it?
for a refund or donate it to the meal balance account. Yes, they get a letter from the food service department, and then they have a certain amount of time to respond.
Gotcha.
So these are people that are basically responding, they will donate.
So this is like the donation.
Gotcha, okay, thank you.
Responded.
Thank you. Okay, yes.
Okay, Stuckey?
Yes.
Palage?
Yes.
Pitts?
Yes. Ms. Hester, back.
Mr. Manager.
Absolutely.
Okay, item 5.1 is a very busy personnel report for the month of June. We are busy hiring, and I think we're down to 5 teacher positions, which will be next week. But the fun part is, and this evening, all of them are here. I am recommending to the board in 5.2, Katrina Fugate to be our new assistant principal at the high school. She's coming to us from Middletown as a top performer. She's had 20 years in education, but what I really want to highlight is her service in our Air Force for 9 years. I just thought that that was going to be such a dynamic thing to have here, a female presence, but somebody that served in our military. So Katrina will be a champion for all students, a teacher advocate, and a parent partner. Mr. Martin, did you want to say anything?
I think you did a great job. We are ecstatic and extremely excited for being part of the team. I did send an email to staff, letting them know earlier today. We're happy to have Katrina be part of SHS in the district and high school.
And just as important is Ms. Pinto Heather coming to us from West Carrollton to be the junior high AP. And I must say that both teams at the high school and at the junior high, which were very robust, it was a robust round one, presented both candidates. They both won each one. So we have these rock stars with us, and Ms. Pinto is coming from West Carrollton as an administrator. And when I called references, what I thought stood out was one person said she never gives up on kids. And I was like, we need her. She has a background as an art teacher, so I think that is going to be awesome because she will see creative solutions for our 7th and 8th graders. So I hope that you will approve her contract. And then finally, Ms. Gerbschner is one of our own that we want to promote to the special ed director when Ms. Hill leaves us at the end of the month. And we need her, and she is ready. I think her expertise and her detail and her passion will move the special ed department forward. So we ask that you consider those 3 administrative contracts tonight.
Item 5.5 would be the approval of the half position for the custodial staff. So item 5.6 is the approval of items 5.1 through 5.5.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, questions?
I just want to make a comment on a couple here. First off to Sarah, it's been exciting having her come back to the district, having been a teacher, and I think that she will do an absolutely outstanding job in that. And I think already in the time back already, you've done an amazing job. Very positive feedback from the staff that you've worked with, so congratulations on this. I think you're going to lead very well. I was excited when Carrie said that what she heard about you was you never give up on students. Ms. Pinto, because in junior high, that's what we need. Because junior high is a tough age, and so I'm just excited to have you in district, and what a thing to be said about you, because that's an easy thing to do when you've got junior high. That I think Mr. Franks has said of my son that he's a very typical junior high kid that does exactly what junior high kids do, but that can be very frustrating at times, right? So thank you for not giving up on kids, and welcome to our district. It sounds like you're just going to do an amazing job. And I just want to give an outsider's perspective. on Mrs. Fugate. I was in a diversity training the end of April. Had never met her personally, but we happened to be in a couple of breakouts, and her superintendent, Marlon, was part of the leadership of this conference. And we were in 1 or 2 breakouts together, and I was so impressed with what she brought, would just come and shared about how she led her students and connected with her students. And so, of course, being the next district over, I had to inbox her and say, hey, we're the next district over, and it's great to connect, and thanks for sharing what you do. And so we just connected on Twitter or whatever. And so I've just seen from the outside what she does, and so I was thrilled to hear that she was applying to be an administrator in Springboro, because you never know, you can always say one thing, but do they really live it out? And so I saw ahead of time, 2 or 3 months ago, before these positions even opened, who she is as an educator. So I'm thrilled to have you in our district and to lead in the way that you very authentically did and what you shared during that national training that we both just happened to be in breakouts together. So thank you for who you are, and we're thrilled to have you at our high school. So that's it. Thanks.
Yep, welcome to Springboro, to our two new assistant principals, and then Ms. Gerstner, congratulations. Again, great to have 3 excellent ladies joining us, so we're excited. Get ready for next year.
Bab?
Yes.
Stuckey?
Yes.
Palage?
Yes.
Goods?
Yes. Okay. We're already in section 6. Let's see, we have the approval, 6.1 is the approval of the agreement between the Springboro Board of Education and our Springboro Classified Education Association. Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or motions? So I like the SCEA, I was briefly involved in the negotiations here, and again, I think I'm really pleased with how things turned out. I know it was a journey, I think, to get to this agreement, but I think we did right by the district, by the SCEA, as well as by the parents and our community. I think what's really important to note is, although this one did not land on budget within our pre-levy budget, we did focus specifically and intentionally on trying to become more competitive with our bus drivers. This is something that we've talked about for years, and it's something that we have struggled with as a community, especially as a district, for a long time. And I was driving around Boston Landing the other day. There are little placard signs right now for I think it's First Transportation or somebody like that. It's got all kinds of bus drivers wanted signs. So this is a hyper-competitive bus driver market right now. So it is really critical that we have enough bus drivers with the correct licensure that can transport our kids. So this does not make us by any means the highest paid, but we are at least competitive now, which was really, really critical. So I just wanted to make sure that was well known and why we did inch up a little bit above our target there. So, roll call.
Bab?
Yes.
Stuckey?
Yes.
Palage?
Yes.
Goods?
Yes. Okay, 6.2 is announcements. We'll start with Ms. Bab.
I just have a couple things. One is graduation. Kudos to everybody that was involved with that. Having a new venue and all the restrictions around COVID that UD put on that we had to adjust to, but being able to do it face-to-face and having that experience was awesome. I just think that the selection of the speakers and how we still had the processional, just did it walking out of the school. I just think there's creativity all the way around. So thank you to all of you that had a part of that. It was just a very special thing. I literally heard not one thing that was negative about it from parents. And I'm a parent of a senior, so I heard from a lot of parents. And it was just so much appreciation for the time that was detail that was put into, well, the only negative was that we having to sign up for tickets, and that was a UD thing. That wasn't really a school thing. There was a little bit of rumbling about that, but that wasn't our deal. That was a UD deal, so whatever. So I just thank you for all the time, because it could have looked very different, and it was a great experience. And the last thing was just summer school so far has, I think, been a great thing, and something, once again, that's different, based off of what the governor asked us to do. And my son has had the, what I would consider, privilege of attending. He doesn't consider that. But, even with, if you're going to attend summer school, how they present it to you changes your perspective. And it was not a total negative perspective when he came home the first day. And I think that's, and thanks to whoever his teacher is, he didn't know the teacher's name, whatever, that's not important to a 7th grader, right? But I just think that it's, it's that mindset of what we're doing, how we're approaching it with the students that have been given this opportunity. So I think it's a great thing that we're doing for our students to help fill that gap when there are some gaps there because of what everybody has been through. So that's it, just lots of appreciation for all the work from this past year, and I think we're seeing the light at the end of that tunnel. We're here without masks today, so it's a good day. We've got some good things ahead of us. That's it.
Yeah, I was unable to attend graduation, unfortunately, which is disappointing because it's such a highlight of serving on the board, but we were out of town. But heard nothing but really positive things. So to extend my congratulations and thanks to everybody who made that possible, and congratulations to our graduates. And I would just say thank you to all of the students that donated toward the meal balance. I think that's pretty cool that we've built up a nice little reserve there in that for our students, and appreciate their generosity, and just officially extend my congratulations to our new administrators. Welcome. Really excited to have you on board. That's it.
Just echo what Jamie said, welcome and congratulations to our three new administrators. Also, congratulations to all our staff, teachers, support staff, everybody, for getting through the year. It was a challenge, but met the challenges that were presented and went as smooth as it could be. That's it.
Yeah, I was able to attend graduation. As a UD alumni, I can self-identify that I walked through there a couple decades ago and actually ended up pulling out some pictures. And I can say for a fact that the high school graduation was nicer than what we had. I know we had a couple other graduates in the back there. So well done. I mean, it was very, very nice. So anyway, what is now high school, used to be like big time college. So well done. Congratulations and welcome to our administrators, and again, I hope everyone has a nice restful summer, and thank you for everything you did this year. So that's it.
Just echo the same thing. We are at UD for next year for graduation. We are already set, so we don't have to wait till a month before actually having it to set it. So, I mean, I don't think, and Dave kind of talked about it, this has been the most challenging year that I have ever seen in all my years of education. And I'm sure our people that are coming on board in your own schools, it was that way. Because every day, every week, you just didn't know what you were getting into. And so I want to congratulate all of our administrators. Boy, it was a very fluid year, changing quickly. Our staff, our teachers just did an amazing job. Our staff, everybody went far beyond the call of duty. But you know what? It does say something about the people we have in this district and in this community. We turned around. The hard part, I know we've got some summer school going on right now, but I do want everybody to understand how hard it was to find teachers after this current year to give up time and come coming back, even though that's additional money. I think it says something. We could not find teachers for our 4th and 5th grade. That, as unfortunate as that is, it is what it is. We're at least able to find 3 willing, after much bribery, to teach 3rd grade, mainly because of the 3rd grade guarantee. But that isn't to say that we won't catch these kids up, because we will. We're very committed to it. We've already made the step with our literacy coordinator and really going to attack literacy hard in the elementary levels and make sure our kids are where they need to be and get them there quickly. So I do want to say thank you and kudos to our entire staff. I mean, from one end to the other, just for stepping up in this crazy year. So thanks.
Can I add one more thing? Sorry. Maybe I had forgotten about this until we started to talk about this, but I won't read the individual's name because I've not discussed it with them, but I wanted to share the email that we all got, because I don't know if any of our administrators saw that. We get a lot of fun emails, as you can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, I think it kind of, I think it's a perspective that's shared by a lot of people, and I thought this person really did a good job of laying it out. So indulge me for a moment. It says, Mr. Hook and the Springboro Board of Education, I wanted to take a moment and say thanks for the work that each and every employee in the district did this year to make the 2020-2021 school year a success. The entire country started the school year under a fear that school would not be in session. The obstacles that every district faced to open schools was one of historic challenges. The ability to please every family this year was a harder task than ever before, yet the Springboro School District met the challenge well and truly exceeded expectations. Everyone I talked to is happy with how this year went. My children both had experiences that were exceptional due to the leadership, the teachers, and the support staff. Even the bus driver made a positive impact on my kids. I've always been a believer that it takes a village to raise a child, but never have I seen the school system come together as it did this year to make things go smoothly. I'm convinced the children in Springboro will be better off for years to come due to the work of the district. I also believe it was superior to many of the districts surrounding the area. Thanks for a great year, the passage of the permanent improvement levy, and for the return of Mrs. Hunter at Dennis Elementary and Mrs. Coulter at Springboro Intermediate. They continue to be some of the best administrators I've seen. I hope you can enjoy some time away from work, enjoy time with the family, and take pride in the fact that you are truly appreciated by the community. Sorry I haven't sent this earlier, the email is long. So I thought that summed it up well, and again, I know the people I've run into it, and we've said it before, but thank you to everybody that made this year a success under the circumstances.
Thank you. Okay. All right, we do have an executive session this evening. We won't take any action afterwards. So item 7.1 is to consider the employment or compensation of a public employee or official. Can I have a motion to enter exec session? Please.
Nobody wants to go.
Second? Do you have a second?
We do now.
Okay, second.
And then roll.
Bab?
Yes.
Stuckey?
Yes.
Palage?
Yes.
Goods?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.